Today, we're diving into the recap of The Last of Us Season 1, a gripping TV series based on one of the greatest video games of all time. And trust me, if you haven't played the game, you are at a loss here. Okay, so let's recap the Season 1. The story kicks off in the late 1960s when two professors are discussing a terrifying possibility. What if a certain type of fungus evolves to infect humans? If that ever happens, humanity is doomed. One of the hosts laughs it off. Big mistake. He clearly doesn't know he's in a horror story. Fast forward to 2003. We meet Joel. It's his birthday, and his daughter Sarah wants to surprise him with breakfast. But Joel, being Joel, forgets to bring pancakes and the birthday cake. Classic dad move. He's constantly swamped with work, but has a deep bond with his daughter and brother, Tommy. A bumper sticker on his car reveals Joel is a combat veteran. So yeah, this guy's been through stuff. Strange things start happening. A student in Sarah's class and her elderly neighbor both start acting weird. Something feels off. Even the dog senses it and goes full what the woof mode. Sarah gifts Joel his favorite old watch, now repaired. Sweetest birthday gift ever. They start watching a movie, and Joel tells Sarah not to fall asleep in the middle of the movie again. Sarah says she never does that. And yeah, she falls asleep. Later that night, Tommy calls Joel from jail, asking for help. Sarah wakes up to the sound of helicopters, and that same terrified dog starts banging on her door like a horror movie extra. She follows it back to the neighbor's house and finds that the sweet old lady in a wheelchair is now crawling around like she's auditioning for The Exorcist. Joel arrives just in time and, let's just say, it's night-night granny. Joel, Sarah, and Tommy make a run for it, but the roads are packed and chaos unfolds. Even a plane crashes right in front of them. In the madness, they get separated. A soldier finds Joel and Sarah and gets orders to shoot them, thinking they might be infected. Tommy arrives in time and takes down the soldier. But tragically, Sarah doesn't survive. And this scene shatters the heart of us all. Cut to 20 years later. The infection has ravaged the world. We see a kid who turns out to be infected. The nice lady tells the kid that he's going to be okay. And the next thing you know, Joel is now burning infected bodies for the military-run government called Fedra, a harsh and strict regime. But Joel's not exactly playing by the rules. He trades drugs with a guard in exchange for food. Total rebel. Enter Tess, Joel's partner in crime and his girlfriend. She made a deal with some rebels called the Fireflies for a car battery, but they scammed her and tied her up. Just then, there's an explosion, and she escapes. Now, why do Tess and Joel need a car battery? Because Joel got a message from Tommy weeks ago and now there's radio silence. He needs a working car to go find his brother. Now, meet Ellie, a young girl who was being held by the Fireflies and monitored closely. Why? Because she might be infected. Marlene, the Firefly leader, tells Ellie she's known her since she was born. In fact, she was the one who sent her to military school. Ellie tells her that she is fine and they should let her go, but Marlene is not buying it. Eventually, Joel and Tess find out that Marlene has the car battery. She was planning to use it to transport Ellie to another Firefly base, but Marlene is injured, so she makes a deal. Take Ellie to the rendezvous point and the car's yours. They agree. As they sneak Ellie out of the city, they're caught and forced to go through an infection scan. Ellie freaks out and stabs the guard. Joel has no choice. He takes the guard out. They discover that Ellie is infected, but she was bitten 3 weeks ago, and yet she's still completely fine. Most people turn within a day. So, yeah, Ellie might just be humanity's only hope. According to Marlene, the other Fireflies have doctors working on a cure. That's why Ellie needs to be taken there. We also learned something creepy. Zombies are connected through fungal roots. If one finds you, it can alert the rest like a biological Wi-Fi. The world building in this show is insane. It feels just like the game. The attention to detail is chef's kiss. On their way, Joel, Tess, and Ellie encounter a terrifying new zombie type. Clickers, blind creatures who hunt using sound. After a nail-biting escape, they make it outside the danger zone. Tess is determined to finish this mission and get Ellie to her destination as soon as possible. But when they reach the rendezvous point, it's abandoned. Joel suggests they head back. That's when Tess reveals the truth. She got bitten during the journey. And now, she wants to make sure her sacrifice isn't for nothing. Tess begs Joel to find help from Bill and Frank. Joel hesitates, but before anything else happens, a zombie attacks. Joel kills it, but its body connects to the fungal network, and now a horde is coming. Tess decides to stay behind and blow up the building, giving Joel and Ellie a chance to escape. Joel still keeps his distance from Ellie emotionally. She tells him it's not her fault. Nobody forced Joel or Tess to help. It was their choice. Throughout the show, we watch Joel and Ellie's bond grow. He's serious, haunted by the past. She's sarcastic, funny, and full of spirit. And that contrast is what makes them so perfect together. Then we see a flashback of how the army was evacuating people. One man, Bill, chose to stay behind. He sets up traps, secures his town, and survives alone. Until one day, someone falls into one of his traps. Enter Frank, a traveler headed to Boston. He asks for food, and Bill surprisingly invites him in, gives him clothes and a warm meal. And from there, they fall in love, live together like a happily married couple. And years later, Frank breaks one of Bill's rules by talking to outsiders. That's how they end up meeting Joel and Tess. Fast forward, Frank gets cancer. He and Bill decide to end their lives together, and that's how their story ends. Later, Joel finds a letter from Bill saying if Joel ever comes by, he can take whatever he needs from the house. Throughout the show, Ellie keeps asking Joel to give her a gun, but he keeps saying no. But guess what? At Bill's house, Ellie finds a gun and secretly hides it in her bag. As they pass through Kansas City, they're ambushed. Ellie ends up saving Joel's life by using that same gun. A rebel group is running the city, led by a woman named Kathleen. She is giving a nice schoolteacher vibe. She's hunting a guy named Henry, who she thinks betrayed them. Joel realizes that if Ellie didn't have a gun, he might not have survived. So, for the first time, he's actually happy she has it. And for the first time ever, Joel lets out a small laugh at one of Ellie's silly jokes. Now we meet Henry and his little brother Sam, who's deaf. They're hiding from Kathleen. Eventually, they meet Joel and Ellie, and all four decide to escape the city together. But just when they reach the edge of town, a sniper starts firing at them. Joel sneaks around and takes him out, but it's too late. The sniper has already called for backup. Henry offers to surrender himself if Kathleen lets the kids go, but she refuses. At that exact moment, a huge horde of zombies attack the place, and boom, we meet the terrifying zombie tank from the game, a bloater, basically the Big Show of zombies. It wrecks everything. Kathleen's whole team gets wiped out, and our heroes escape. But the next morning, tragedy. Sam has turned into a zombie. He attacks Ellie, and Henry is forced to shoot his own brother to save her. Heartbroken, Henry takes his own life right after. It's a gut punch moment that hits Joel and Ellie hard. A few days later, Joel and Ellie meet a group in the north, and Joel finally finds his brother, Tommy. It's a powerful reunion. Tommy's wife shows Ellie the horses, and Joel starts bonding with his brother again. Joel opens up to Tommy, telling him about Ellie and the mission. He also confesses that he's scared he won't be able to protect her. Tommy agrees to help, even though he's about to become a father himself. But Ellie overhears everything. She's upset. Joel tries to distance himself, saying, "You're not my daughter, and I'm not your dad." He thinks it'll make the separation easier. That night, Joel rethinks everything. The next morning, he decides he'll take Ellie himself. On the road again, they get ambushed by raiders. They escape, but Joel gets badly stabbed. Ellie helps him to a hideout and tries to take care of him. Joel tells her to leave, but she refuses. In this new town, things are grim. A group of survivors, led by a man named David, is struggling with starvation. Something seems off about him. Ellie hunts a deer, and David and his partner show up. He says Ellie can't carry the whole deer alone, so they strike a deal. Antibiotics, in exchange for half the meat. Ellie agrees because Joel's wound is getting worse. Later, David offers Ellie a place in his group. She refuses. David, clearly a psycho, says she'll have to live with the consequences. Meanwhile, Ellie gives Joel the antibiotics, but David comes for her. With Joel still unconscious, Ellie tries to lead them away, barricading the door behind her, but she gets caught. That's when she finds out the awful truth. David has been feeding his group human meat. Yep, they're cannibals. And then, to make it worse, he wants Ellie to be his partner, not just for leadership. Ellie refuses, and David tells her she brought this on herself. Joel wakes up just in time, tortures David's men to find Ellie, and sets out to rescue her. Meanwhile, Ellie bites David and claims she's infected. She escapes and fights back. David tries to assault her, but Ellie grabs a blade and kills him, brutally. She walks out of the burning lodge, and Joel finds her just in time. He comforts her. She's safe now. Then we flash back to Ellie's past. A pregnant woman runs through the forest, chased by a zombie. She kills it, but gets bitten. Moments later, she gives birth to a baby girl, Ellie. That woman was played by the same actress who voiced Ellie in the game. Marlene arrives soon after and takes baby Ellie with her. Back in the present, Joel finally opens his heart. He tells Ellie that after losing Sarah, he had given up on life, but she gave him a reason to live again. Suddenly, they're attacked with a flash grenade and wake up in a hospital run by the Fireflies. Marlene tells Joel that Ellie is being prepped for surgery to create a cure, but the process will kill her. Joel snaps. He goes full John Wick, takes down the guards, and fights his way to Ellie. Marlene tries to stop him, telling Joel he's taking away humanity's only hope. But Joel doesn't care. He kills Marlene, saying he can't take that risk. Ellie wakes up later in the car. Joel lies, says the cure failed and there were other immune people too. She seems unsure, but doesn't push it. And that's how Season 1 ends. If you enjoyed this emotional roller coaster, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments which show or movie I should recap next.